What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Drinking Buddies podcast. What this podcast is all about is relaxing and having a great conversation over a good beer. Some of the things that we are going to talk about include beer, cars, some sports, current movies, current events, TV and music, and pretty much anything else that happens to come up. So sit back, relax, grab a beer if you're able, and enjoy. My name is Chris.
And my name is Mike.
And Mikey, what are you drinking over there, buddy?
I'm drinking I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so if I butcher it and you know what I'm trying to say, don't criticize me. It's called a Metolius River Ale, and it's called a Yellow Sally Blonde Ale. It's got a lot of names, and it's got a big fish on it, but it's quite tasty. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, is it like a lager, or what kind of beer is it?
It's a blonde ale, and I don't know. I found it. I think I got this at Bevmo, or maybe it was 7-Eleven. I can't remember which one, but it's 6.2%, so it's solid.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm drinking just a nice little classic Michelob Amber Bock. It's just like a dark lager. It's kind of my go-to just chill beer when you're not trying to spend a lot of money, but still want something that's pretty tasty.
I've never had one.
That's kind of what I go for.
Never had one.
Man, you gotta jump on that train, Mikey. What
I do.
Are you doing?
I need to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Come on, man.
I know.
Sick, bro. Well, how's your week been, man?
My week's been good. Pretty much been working, and midterms were last week or the week before, so I'm still recovering from the copious amounts of coffee and crappy food that I ate over that week.
Dude, you need a detox. That's all. You know,
I know. I just need to
don't eat. Don't just sleep a lot. And just detox that shit out of your system.
I sleep enough as it is. I don't need to not sleep, but I probably should just not eat for like a week. I think I might feel better. I don't know. I don't know. I got so much fat to feed off of. I'm like a bear going into hibernation.
Dude, I'm right there with you, man.
It's great. So how's your week been
boy.
over there?
My week has been pretty chill. Just been kind of hanging out. I made the mistake of downloading the game Diablo. And been kind of losing my fucking life for the past like 2 days, as well as the new game Hearthstone, which is like the card game that Blizzard made. So Blizzard's pretty much just taking all my money, and I'm happily pretty much just giving it to them. I'm like, go ahead, take it all. Just give me more cards and more fucking mounts and shit.
It's kind of like being at a casino.
Yeah, it's the Blizzard casino, and I'm loving every fucking minute of it. So that's pretty much what my week's been. I worked a few days ago, but that's not really important, you know. It's just kind of it's whatever. It's work, makes money, pays the bills.
Pays for this. Essentially.
Yeah, pays for this, all this fun stuff.
Yes, the technology and everything.
The technology and everything we need to have a good time, you know.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna jump into our first little segue here, and it's cars, and I found a list of the 5 coolest cars under 25 grand. I feel like this is a really practical thing, you know, for people our age especially. We're like 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
And so this list is huge because this is kind of what we're going to be looking into these next couple years, you know, like what's going to be awesome, still get decent gas mileage, but like have enough under the hood to be able to get me places, and like that I'm not going to hate my life going up a hill and all this shit, but not break the bank, you know?
Exactly.
And so Yahoo Autos, they created a little list for us here. And coming in at number 5 is the Chevy Camaro Coupe. And it says here that it's $24,640 with an automatic transmission. And that's the 323 horsepower V6.
323 horsepower?
Yeah.
No shit.
Uh-huh.
I had no idea that little V6 was squeezing out that much power.
Me neither. That's actually really surprising. I've been looking at a lot of cars like this recently, and that's pretty badass. I've been looking at some older cars, though, just because I still can't afford stuff like this, obviously. But
yeah, because the Ford Mustang.
That's pretty damn awesome. You know,
yeah.
I wonder if that's with the automatic transmission, though. The manual must cost more, you know? Otherwise, it would be the cheaper one, you know?
Yeah, because the Ford Mustang only makes about 306 horsepower from its V6.
Yeah.
So it's got a 1-up on that, I guess, which is good because I'm a Chevy dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good looking car. I mean, for me, I really prefer the Dodge Challengers. Those
I don't know about
look so damn good to me.
I don't know about the new Camaros.
What are you thinking?
I don't know about the new Camaros. They changed them a little, and I'm not on board with it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm. They slanted the front a little more and kind of pinched the eyes, the headlights, and then they like cut the taillights a little and kind of like rounded them. They're not rounded them off, but they thinned them out. They just made the whole thing look more thin, and it took away from like the actual features that a Camaro should have. So I'd rather have the old one. I'd rather have the really old one, like from the 60s. But if I had to choose from the new ones, but obviously I don't have that kind of money or money for that kind of gas. So, yeah, I definitely take the like right up to where they just changed it, which was just last year.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's it's still Camaro, but it just I wouldn't want one. Especially the convertibles look just weird to me. I don't know. I saw one going down the freeway the other day, and I did a double take, and then I scowled at him for buying it, and yeah, he didn't notice. He was having a midlife crisis, so he bought the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here that there's also a convertible high performance model that's $60,000. And I figured, like, if you're spending that damn much, you might as well just buy like a freaking BMW like 3 Series or something, or like an M5 or something badass. Like, why would you want a convertible? You just said the convertibles, just aren't that good looking to you, but I don't know. I guess to each their own. But yeah, coming in at number 4 is the Volkswagen GTI, and I've been looking at a lot of these recently used, and I think I'm probably too goddamn tall for them. Fucking Mother Nature made me 6'3", so I can't fit in one of these damn things probably. But they are 24,619, and they're fast. They only have a 4-cylinder engine though, but it's got all the turbos in it and stuff, and it clocks in at 200 horsepower.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But honestly, I drove one of the old ones. They are really quick, but I think you could fit in one. They're freaking huge inside. The 2 doors are.
You think so?
Yeah, well, at least the old one. I don't know if they changed them, but we had one on the lot at the car dealership that I work at, and I drove that thing, and it was, obviously I fit in it just fine, but it still had more room to move back.
Totally, yeah. I'm gonna have to drive one. I'll have to like test drive one. A buddy of mine has one from back in college town, so I'm gonna have to go see him and be like, hey buddy, you want to let me test drive this thing? Even though like I'm not really good at driving a stick. I might crash it. You down?
And he's gonna say no, and that's gonna be the end of that.
Well, it's because you're a rat bastard and you won't fucking teach me how to drive stick.
The only stick shift that we have currently, besides the Toyota that our friend Tyler has blown into pieces, which is pretty incredible considering it's a Toyota, and that's kind of hard to do. The only other stick we have is a 1977 CJ5, which you do not fit in.
Hey, I fit in it, kinda.
No, you don't.
I don't. You're
just
right
stop.
At all. I cry.
Stop.
I like get in it, and I can't even move my feet, dude.
No, steering wheel is like literally touching your taint. It's bad.
Yeah, it's like inside of my chest, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, just the way you have to sit in there with the race seats is just bad.
Yeah. Hey, but actually, good segue. Speaking of Jeeps, number 3 is the Jeep Wrangler.
Hell yeah.
And it comes in at 22,195. And it says the 2-door soft top convertible comes with a standard 285 horsepower V6 engine and manual transmission. So that's cool.
4-wheel drive?
What'd you say?
4-wheel drive?
It doesn't say.
So I think they make the Wranglers with 2-wheel drive, which kind of defeats the purpose of a Jeep, but I bet you it is 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's another thing with all these damn base models. Like, you're just paying for the look and nothing else.
Nope.
Like if you want a good Jeep, you got to spend $30,000 because you need 4-wheel drive. You want it to have multiple. You want the soft top and the hard top, maybe. You want lockers, whatever. You want the TRD package, or not the TRD. Wow, Toyota. I mean the
Rubicon.
The Rubicon package. All that shit. And once you add all the stuff you really want, you're kind of pushing like 35, 40 G's.
Easily.
Yeah,
options on cars these days is insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Number 2 is the Ford Fiesta ST. And this, I have my own 2 cents about the Ford Fiesta ST. I think it's awesome. I think the way it looks is great. Before, I like that Ford used to make or they still do. They make a Ford Focus that has like an S. It's like the Sport Edition. I just feel like a Focus doesn't look that sporty, and I always felt like the Fiesta in recent years has. So I'm glad that they're like pushing more of this like sporty, thing for the Fiesta, because I think it suits it better than the Focus for sure. But yeah, it comes in at 21 grand and standard with 197 horsepower turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 6-speed manual.
Can I take a whack at guessing the number one?
Yeah.
Give me. Hold on. No, hold on. Let me see what you got. The GTI. Is it a car or an SUV?
Oh, it's a car. It's like it's a sports kind of car.
What make is it?
Make?
Yeah, I just want to guess the model.
I'm gonna say it's kind of a Toyota. That should give you a decent hint.
So it's a Scion.
Yep, it's a Scion.
Is it the Scion FRS?
Yep, guessed it.
Yeah, those are sweet.
Atta boy, Mikey.
My buddy actually just bought one. He works at a Toyota dealership, and he just bought a white one. And yeah, they're sweet because Toyota got together with Subaru, and Subaru makes the BRZ, and Toyota makes the FRS, and so they're pretty much exactly the same, identical power plant, everything. There's little subtle features on the body that are different, but 90% of it's the same. But for Subarus are harder to come by because for every like 4 of the FRS, I think there's only 1 Subaru.
Oh, okay.
So the BRZs are a little bit more collectible or whatever. And then my buddy's girlfriend just bought a BRZ too. They bought almost the exact same car.
Nice. So it's kind of like, my car, the Pontiac Vibe, and then, Toyota Matrix, basically. Like
exactly.
Kind of 2 cars that are pretty much the same with slight body differences, but one is from a shitty manufacturer and one's from a reliable one.
Well, okay, here's the thing, though. That's only in your case with Pontiac and Toyota. With Subaru and Toyota, they're both extremely reliable.
Yeah, totally.
Sometimes I think Subarus are more reliable than Toyotas. I mean, I've seen some come in with 300,000 miles, and they're just like nothing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but, to each his own, like you said.
No, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good looking car. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, looking at some more specs, and it's pretty damn sexy. And for 25 grand, that's like not too shabby at all.
Personally, I've driven them, obviously, because I worked at the Subaru dealership and now I'm at the Lexus one, but I drove the BRZs around a lot, and I don't know, they're fun to drive, but I personally would not want to own one.
Oh, yeah?
Just because I don't like... First of all, they're a bitch to get out of because it's basically sitting on a curb. When you that's the position you're getting up from.
That's another damn thing is that I can't sit in low cars. It fucking makes me so mad.
Getting in it, not that hard. You kind of just fall in, but getting out, it's like a workout. It's like abs, and I don't believe
getting
in
an ab workout, just getting in and out of the BRZ.
It's like 6-second abs, and I don't believe in that shit. So I choose to get a truck where I can just let my fat gut help me fall out of it.
Yeah,
much like I do. But anyway, that's beside the point. Other thing is that the way it drives, it's really, I don't know, it's sensitive, I guess, which, some people probably like that. It's kind of twitchy, and I don't really need that. Just the way it shifts, and I don't know. It's just a different thing. I'd rather have a WRX. They drive better, way better to me.
Totally, yeah. Well, I mean, the price point, an Impreza starts at, 22 or something, but a WRX is, minimum 30, right?
WRX is, right around 28. And then if you go STI, I just saw an STI today, like a fully loaded one, and it was 42 grand.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's
crazy.
17 grand more than that.
Yeah.
So, is it worth 17 grand for the slightly better,
it depends.
Or whatever, you know what I mean? Or is it worth it just to get the cheaper car that's still pretty badass?
That's the STI. Obviously, a WRX has 265 horsepower and a BRZ has 200, but it's a little bit lighter and it's rear-wheel drive, so it's a little more kind of springy. But the WRX has all-wheel drive, 65 more horsepower, and a WRX base is actually only 28 grand, so it's 7 grand more or so.
Yeah.
STIs has 320 horsepower and all kinds of crazy shit, big ass wing on the back, adjustable differentials, and crazy BBS rims. You're paying for a lot more than just the car. They add a lot on to make it 40 grand, obviously, because
No, I
that's
feel it, yeah.
so much. I mean, you could buy a brand new Lexus for that.
Mm.
You know, it's obviously not near as fast or as fun to drive, but it's still a Lexus.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of paying for the badge, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm
all
off
right,
on
well,
I'm off on a
our
tangent.
next
Stop
topic
me.
here is current events, and I just saw X-Men Days of Futures Past with the amazing cast, literally stacked as shit. Like Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, freaking holy crap, just blanked on his name. Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence. Oh my god, just shoot me in the face. She's so hot.
My
But
God.
yeah, like literally that movie blew my mind. One of the better, it's probably one of my favorite X-Men's. It's like 1 or 2, you know what I mean? Like it's amazing. It's fantastic. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
if you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out. It's freaking epic.
I have not seen it, sadly, but I did watch an interview of Jennifer Lawrence, and she was talking about the movie, and I didn't hear anything she said really. I was kind of just lost.
Oh yeah, of course. You just
Um,
get lost in her speech, in her face, and everything. Everything. Yeah, she's
Un-
pretty much perfect.
Until she says something stupid or random that is extremely funny just because she's like a total tomboy kind of retard person. I don't know how to explain it. She's very klutzy and it's adorable. And
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
really is.
So yeah, I totally didn't even pay attention to the movie clip or anything. I was just like fast forward it. I just want more of her when she's not blue. So
Yeah, seriously. I mean, she's even hot when she's blue. Let's be honest.
well, she's yes.
Yes,
I don't-
obviously.
Hang on, I have a picture of her. There it is.
Yeah, she was my
On-
wallpaper for a long time. Right now, it's a
on my
Dodge Ram
laptop.
1500. Love that damn truck. God.
Good lord. I think. What if it were her in the Dodge Ram 1500?
I mean, if that happened, I would just literally freak out. I'd be so excited. You know, like we can't have everything, Mike. You know.
Well, we can dream.
You know, there is a picture of Amber Heard inside of, I want to say, a Chevelle,
You
and
showed
it's
me that.
so freaking hot, dude.
Yes, I've seen that. It is. And wasn't it what? Because that was in a movie, wasn't it? Didn't she do some movie with like Nicolas Cage where they
Yeah,
were
Drive
in
Angry.
that car?
Yeah.
That one.
I think it might have been like a shoot for that movie, but I don't know if it was like from the actual movie itself, like the shot that they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's freaking gorgeous. You know, she's like bisexual.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I'm on board too. I mean, that's freaking awesome.
Yes.
She was on Top Gear, and they were talking about, because she like grew up in Texas, and she has a gun and like a badass, you know, like classic Mustang. And then they're like, wait, but you're bisexual? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, how do all your Texan friends think about that, you know? And she just started laughing. Oh, damn. I love Top Gear.
I do too. Those guys are kind of my idols, which may not be a good thing, but
No, it's a great thing. I like Jeremy Clarkson is probably my spirit animal, if I'm honest.
well, I do at times see him in you a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There are times where there's shit you say, and I'm just, yeah, it definitely some Jeremy Clarkson hanging off you there, buddy.
Dude,
And
I
you can
I
take that
think I'll
with
take that as
whatever.
a compliment
Exactly.
until like in a couple days I'm really thinking about it and I realize you're just a terrible person for calling me that. But
I don't care.
no, but seriously, that's awesome. I love that guy. I love Top Gear, man. It's so much fun.
I'm gonna watch some of that after we're done with this.
No, seriously.
Just makes me happy.
I watch it every night before I go to bed. I like go to bed to the sweet, soothing voice of awesome British men and the roars of Ferraris, pretty much.
Yeah, seriously, like I'll just start from the beginning and watch it till it ends, and then just restart it again.
Seriously, dude.
It's
I set
so-
a sleep timer, and if I like make it through the whole episode, I usually just rewind it to the beginning and then play it again.
Exactly. Or I skip to the next one. There's something so relaxing about listening to people who can make amazing analogies and talk about cars without sounding stupid and give you like such a good perspective on what it's like to drive a $400,000 Ferrari when you probably will never get to.
Exactly.
There's something
yeah.
extremely relaxing about them being able to like just like be able to vocalize that and like put it in your head. And it's like tryptophan for my brain. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah. Absolutely. And speaking of being able to talk about cars without sounding stupid,
Oh god.
if you guys are listening and you guys are like, these guys are fucking retarded, by all means, leave us a comment or whatever, and we will take that into account, or we might message you back and tell you to fuck yourself. I mean, we don't really care. We're just kind of here to have a good time.
More likely the latter.
So yeah, I mean that's what this is all about. Constructive criticism, or you can troll us and we'll troll you back. I mean, it's all a big game. It's all for fun. So bring it on, basically.
That's great. Yeah, be looking for the other half of this bottle.
You were like, why did you just say that? God damn it.
Yeah, it's a Happy Gilmore quote for you kids out there who've never seen that, and if you haven't, shoot yourself.
What are you doing? I'm looking for the other half of this bottle.
It's
there
amazing.
it is. There's a bit there.
There's a bit there. Solid performance. He should have gotten an Academy Award, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
it was a solid
there's a
performance.
couple comedy movies where I'm just like, really? He wasn't even nominated? Like, come on. There's no justice in the world.
So stupid. Speaking of Academy Award nominations, I recently discovered that there is a movie coming out called Foxcatcher, and it is based on a true story about let's see, what was the dude's name? Mark Schultz and Dave Schultz, the brothers who were Olympic wrestlers. I think this is in the early 90s, like 95, 96, mid 90s. And pretty much it's based on the whole story. If you know the story, obviously you know what happens. And it's based on the coach who was John DuPont. Anyway, so if you know the story, if you don't, look it up. It's called Foxcatcher. And Steve Carell is playing John DuPont, who is a paranoid schizophrenic. Channing Tatum's playing Mark Schultz. And Mark Ruffalo is playing Dave Schultz, his brother. And
I love Mark Ruffalo.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's stacked, and I guess it went to, what was it, Cannes. That's right. It went to the Cannes Film Festival. And,
nice.
like, Steve Carell's already getting nods and, like, tips, of being nominated for an Oscar for his performance. So I guess he just absolutely killed it, and I'm so pumped about it because, everybody knows him as, like, the funny dude from The Office and 40-Year-Old Virgin. The dude's an actor. He can kill it if he really wants to.
He really can, man.
He's so versatile. It's amazing.
You remember Crazy Stupid Love? That shit was awesome.
Exactly.
Like, he was funny, but he was just serious. Like, he was king.
He was legit
in that movie.
He was legit. Yeah, exactly. So, I'm pumped for it. It's going to be a drama. It's going to be sad. Obviously, if you know the story, it's kind of depressing, but I just want to see how they play it out. I didn't know anything about the story. I was like 3 when this whole thing went down, so I knew nothing of it. But now I do, and I'm really pumped for it.
Dude, yeah. I'm going to have to check out that trailer. Damn. After we're done with this podcast, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Also, Channing Tatum, underrated, man. Like,
yes,
people talk
extremely.
a lot of shit because he used to be in some dumb movies, like Step Up, The Eagle, I mean, the list just goes on and on. What the hell? G.I. Joe, But, I mean, honestly, he's not that bad. And I feel like he's pretty badass. Apparently, he's going to be playing Gambit in the next X-Men movie, X-Men Apocalypse, which I am so excited for. I know the other movie just came out, but I'm already have a boner for the next one.
He's also, I told you earlier that there's a rumor going around they're going to remake Point Break. And he's going to be playing Keanu Reeves' character. So, you're going to see Channing Tatum as Johnny Utah. And then I think Russell Crowe's gonna do. He's gonna play Gary Busey's part, which should be solid. I think it was gonna be a little more serious than funny this time. Although not to say the old one wasn't serious, but it had some laughs in it. But I don't know if they're gonna do that with this one. I don't know who's directing it or anything like that. I just heard a rumor, but if it does happen, that's gonna be awesome.
Have you seen the Gary Busey commercial where he's talking about the new Amazon Fire thing? It's the Roku for Amazon.
I saw the end of it, and I asked my dad, because I walked in the house, and I asked my dad, I'm like, what the fuck is Gary Busey doing? Like, because it's Gary Busey. You see him on the TV, and he's just got that big smile, and it's just like, what is he doing? He's got something in his hand, and he's like playing with the remote, and he looks like he's lost, and he's screaming. I'm just like... So I didn't know what it was, dude. But he told me what it was, but I never saw the commercial again, so I don't know what actually goes on in it.
Gary Busey is a goddamn champ, man. He is so funny. He literally, he's talking into the thing, and he's like, Gary Busey. And he's like so stoked, man. Like, guaranteed, they had a very loose like script for him, and they were like, and we'll just kind of record the whole time, and that's how they probably made that commercial, because he's legit kind of out of his mind.
Well, yeah, he had that motorcycle accident or whatever it was.
Accident, yeah.
and or yeah, I don't know if it's motorcycle, but whatever happened to him. Yeah, he got something happened to him, which sucks because he was he was really cool before, I guess, because that happened like I think right after Point Break. So that was when he was the last like movie where he was pretty solid mentally.
Yeah, like he was yeah. He hadn't had that like mental disruption, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff, man. That's pretty crazy stuff to think about. But I mean, props for like him still being able to do stuff like him on Entourage. That shit was so funny, man.
Yeah, see,
when he's like fucking with Turtle.
He's like one of those guys that uses his like disability or whatever you want to call it to his strengths. Like if you've ever seen the episodes of Scrubs with Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's, and he uses it to his advantage, I guess, kind of in a way. In the show, he kind of doesn't necessarily make fun of himself, but he doesn't try to hide it. Like, oh, I don't have that. He like uses it and plays it in the show, and like it works so well. Like it's so cool that people are willing to do that because they just don't care.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's so sick, man. Because when that kind of stuff happens, you feel really bad because you're like, wow, that's gonna be like the end of their career. And when some of those people are just able to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. It's really awesome, and I think that's so cool.
It's great.
So. Heck yeah, man. Hey, well, we're going to move into another topic here, and it's the top 10 biggest movie flops or money-losing movies of all time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
coming in at number 10 is the movie Stealth with Jamie Foxx, Jessica Biel, and Josh Lucas.
Okay, that's just sad because Jessica Biel alone should have brought in $10 million. Like,
oh, yeah.
Jesus, is that a good-looking woman? That's why I hate Justin Timberlake. I hate him a lot, but that's
because he's married too. You're like, fuck that guy.
He's good at golf. He can sing, and he's a millionaire, and he's super cool, and he's funny. He's married to Jessica Biel, but that's a subject for me to bitch about another time. So,
yeah, we may have to have just a Justin Timberlake podcast where we bitch and then praise him because he's such a badass, and then bitch some more, and then just realize that he's such a boss, and then forgive him because he really is just a freaking baller. But yeah, it lost $111 million. What the fuck was its budget that it could lose that much? Like, holy shit, man.
Oh my god. Like, holy mother of God in heaven. What? Because, I mean, you think that okay, you know better than I would. What's the basic, like, kind of budget for a movie that's got a studio backing it, like Warner's or
nowadays a decent studio budget would be like 120, but like tentpole movies, like the big ones, like Dark Knight, any superhero movie, 200 million or 180 million, like around there.
Anything superhero.
I would say at the minimum budget it had was like 120, but it probably had close to like 150 or something, so that means it only brought in like 40 million, which is just kind of mind-blowing to me because it has Jessica Biel in it, like you said.
Well, the thing
it's about goddamn airplanes, and it had a badass trailer, Jamie Foxx and Josh Lucas, who is essentially the Matthew McConaughey ripoff. But, I mean, he's cool. He was in Sweet Home Alabama. I dig it. And I saw it, but apparently no one else did because it fucking sucked.
No, I've seen it. I liked it, but, the other things you got to take into account for is with these top 10s is you don't know what it was opening against.
That's true, yeah. Like, maybe it opened against fucking Spider-Man 2 or something.
Yeah, I mean, you got some kind of killer superhero movie. If you have a killer superhero movie or animated movie, forget about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
you're done. Yeah. Don't even try and open on the same weekend. It's just a bad idea.
It probably opened against, like, Shrek 2 and Spider-Man 2 on the same weekend and just got fucked.
Yeah, literally.
All right. Well, coming in at number 9 is a movie called Heaven's Gate. And never heard of it.
Nope.
So
I've heard it on another
if
list.
Some of you have seen it and you're like, that's an awesome movie. I'm sorry, I've never seen it. And it lost $114 million. And
that's a lot.
The fact that I've never heard of it and it lost that much money just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even know when this came out. Doesn't even say. 1980? Oh my god. It had that big of a budget in 1980?
Seriously.
Holy shit.
And losing that much is like losing 250 now.
Yeah, that's like worse than the Lone Ranger.
Jesus.
I
don't even want to think about it.
I don't even want to think about it either.
It's bad.
All right, number 8, Speed Racer. That was in 2008.
So, that was just a bad movie.
Yeah, no, seriously, it
So
cost
bad.
a staggering $200 million.
It's
to
the
make and
animation they
promote.
did. That crazy animation stuff or whatever, like
Yeah.
the people in with the animated or whatever the hell it was. I never saw it because I heard it was so bad. But
Oh yeah,
I mean, that couldn't have been easy to code that and program that. I mean, that's what cost so much. It's insane. And yeah, I heard it was so bad.
yeah. It says here that the trailer was sensory overload. And so if they think that that's what kind of failed to bring it in, is that there was just so much going on that you had no idea what the hell the movie was about. You just saw
Yeah.
hella fast cars and all this crazy shit happening. And to be honest, that's kind of what I thought. Like back in the day when I saw the trailer, I think wasn't it the Wachowski brothers? Like it was the guys that did
I have no idea.
I don't remember. I think it was the Wachowski brothers, but I think it's the guy
It's-
that did the Matrix and stuff. But
Yeah.
that fucking movie, man, like I just remember seeing the trailer and being like, "This is Wachowski brothers. This is gonna be cool." And then it was Speed Racer, and I was like, "This is fucking stupid. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to see this."
It was so bad.
But it lost 114 million as well.
Holy bug.
Coming in at number 7, Town and Country. You heard of that one?
I have. Doesn't that Town and Country? That's shit. Who was in that? I've heard of that. Damn, I can't remember. It was some chick. She's not bad looking either.
No. Wait. Goldie Hawn.
No. Oh, Town and Country. I'm thinking
Oh,
of a different movie then.
Diane Keaton.
I'm thinking of a different movie then. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, Goldie Hawn wasn't bad looking for her time. She's
No, she
married
wasn't.
to Kurt
Yeah,
Russell.
Yeah. Well, Goldie Hawn wasn't. She was
Badass.
she was pretty cute.
That's
for-
Kate
for her
Hudson's
time, for
mom.
sure. But yeah, that lost when adjusted for inflation, 124 million. Coming in number 6, The 13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas.
Never saw it.
Me neither. And it says here the film lost 137 million. Oh my god.
That's another budget for another movie.
Jesus. That was in 1999.
Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
That's insane.
That's so nuts.
Ew.
Number 5, Mars Needs Moms. Now, I remember hearing this movie title and remember that no one fucking saw it. So, yep.
Well, hence, obviously it had something to do with the name. Mars Needs Moms.
Yeah,
What the
seriously.
fuck is that?
It says here $140 million.
That's just... Who backed that with a budget of more than that, and they heard the film title, Mars Needs Moms, and was like, hey, go ahead and throw 200 mil at it. Like, what? Was it animated?
Was it what?
Was it animated?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was motion capture animated. So I think that's why it cost so much damn money.
There's... Yeah, that...
So, like, all the characters look animated but weirdly real. And so I think
They're-
it might have
yeah.
creeped people out. Like,
They're
I'm looking
in-
at this photo and it's creeping me the fuck out right
Yeah,
now.
therein lies how much... Yeah, why it costs
Oh, yeah.
so much.
Number 4, I actually love this movie. This is like my favorite worst movie ever. Sahara with Matthew
Yes,
McConaughey.
so good.
I love that movie, dude.
No.
Steve Zahn.
You know what happened to that
love that
movie?
guy.
That movie actually is one of those cases. It opened up against something huge, I think,
Yeah,
because
I
the
think you're
movie's
right,
really
yeah.
not bad. It's funny. It's really funny. It's shot well. It's got Penelope freaking Cruz. That's not
Yeah.
a bad thing. So like, I think it opened up. I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it opened up against something that was just a monster.
Yeah, I think you're right. It says here that it cost $240 million to make,
Well, yeah.
and it only made $120 million. Now, here's the thing, though. With that movie, I think it only should have cost like $120 million.
Well,
So
you
I think
gotta
they just kind of
think-
overshot its potential. So I don't necessarily think, like, that just kind of proves that it wasn't a bad movie. They just spent too much money on it,
Well,
because it still made $120 million worldwide.
you got to think though, because I mean, 240 million is just simply because of, I mean, where they had to travel, and how long they had to stay there, and
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true. They were in a lot
the
of
props,
locations, yeah.
the props they had to use, and obviously they had star power. They got Matthew McConaughey, Penelope
Mm-hmm.
Cruz, and Steve Zahn, and William H Massey, and like all these people that probably didn't come with a cheap price tag.
Yeah, especially Matthew McConaughey and Penelope Cruz.
Yeah.
Steve Zahn is so damn funny, man. I say one of his lines all the time, dude. When he was like, "It's kind of a pass fail," which I always thought was easier. I say that all the time, dude. I love that fucking line.
I love when, what part is it? Oh, where they're arguing in the boat when they're about trying to shoot the helicopter down, and he was outside the boat getting shot at, trying to like loosen the chain, and he's like, what took you so long?" He's like, "What?" I stopped. He's like, I stopped for coffee. And McConaughey's like, did you get a receipt? He's like, yeah, I got one for you too. And then they just keep going back and forth like, you're the best.
That's like my fucking favorite, man. I
So
remember that
funny,
part.
dude.
Yeah, I got you one too.
Fuck it. I'm not watching Top Gear. I'm watching that on Netflix after this.
I'm literally gonna
way
watch
better.
that after this. God, I love this.
I'm changing
all right,
it.
Number 3. Jesus God, The Adventures of Pluto Nash. I remember that movie.
I don't think I ever saw it, but
I never
remember
saw
hearing
it, but
about
I
it.
remember I
Yeah.
remember it.
Yes.
It came out in 2002, and it had Eddie Murphy, as Pluto Nash, and it lost $145 million.
You know what I could do with $145 million? I could make a better movie.
Anything, everything.
No, I can make a better movie.
I just don't know why you would
Easily.
honestly say, "Oh, Adventures of Pluto Nash, that's a fucking moneymaker. Let's do it."
You know why? Because they had Eddie Murphy. And
I
they
know,
thought,
but
it's going to draw in
It's called
crowds.
Adventures of Pluto Nash.
So?
It's called Adventures of Pluto Nash.
It was fucking like half animated, wasn't it?
I don't know, dude. That movie's fucking weird.
See,
I never saw
anything
it,
with
but-
animation, it's kind of like hit or miss. At least, well, not anymore. It seems like any animated movie, if you get in on it, you're set. Because they just open so massively, and everybody takes their kids to see it. But that one, they thought, Eddie Murphy, star power, kind of animated. Let's throw it together. It'll probably be a big hit, and it flopped.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand where they were coming from a little bit.
Okay, this next one is interesting as shit. I did not know any of this. So I knew that this was going to be up there, but I didn't know the backstory behind it. So number 2 is The Alamo, okay?
Never saw it.
And it says here, the description, this epic war drama was originally conceived of an Oscar bait, with Ron Howard in the director's chair and Russell
What?
Crowe and Ethan Hawke starring next to Billy Bob Thornton. Disney balked, however, at Howard's $200 million budget, causing Howard to sign on only as a co-producer and Crowe and Hawke to jump ship. Even with a much reduced total production and marketing cost of $145 million, the film bombed, losing $146 million adjusted for inflation.
So it literally did nothing almost?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it probably made,
Wow.
adjusted for inflation, it probably made $20 million or something. But can you imagine Ron Howard with
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, Ethan Hawke, Billy Bob Thornton?
Yeah, how do you fuck
Oh
that
my
up?
God! Disney balked? You fucking idiots!
How do you
It's
fuck
Ron
that
Howard.
up? Yeah, he doesn't. Everything he touches turns to gold.
Ron
pretty
Howard
much.
is the man. Did you see Rush? Rush is so good.
I still haven't gotten Rush down, but Apollo 13 is one of my favorite movies of all
of course.
time.
Yeah.
And Backdraft.
Yeah.
I love
You guys got to
Backdraft.
see Rush if you haven't seen it. Mikey, you got to get on that shit.
I know.
For sure.
I know. There's many movies I have.
You know, we should have like a classic movie rewind thing where we like watch a classic movie and just talk about it. That'd be sick.
I'm down for that. We can start with that thing you do because nobody knows about that and they need to.
Oh, yes. Oh, so good. All right, coming in. Number 1.
And I knew this coming in.
Cutthroat Island.
Yes.
Yup. So it says here, 8 years before Disney made franchise gold with their Pirates of the Caribbean, this swashbuckling flick sank to the bottom like so much cannon fodder. Then again, the movie didn't have Johnny Depp doing his best Keith Richards. Oh yeah, and it was terrible. Michael Douglas had originally signed on to play opposite Gina Davis, but Douglas dropped out, leaving the film with little star power to shoulder its bloated by 1995 standards $115 million budget. The film was an all-time biggest inflation-adjusted box office bomb, losing a total $147 million when adjusted for inflation.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I never saw it. I saw the trailer for it, and it didn't look that bad. Because Gina Davis, she did The Long Kiss Goodnight. She's kind of a badass. She's funny. She's weirdly hot at some points.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think in 1995, she kind of had like a different kind of flair to her.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I go, damn, she was not hot enough to carry that. But
Yeah,
I think
like-
standards were different. Not
Yeah.
like because she's not hot, just she's different, you know?
Yeah. She's tall. She's
So.
got red hair. She's kind of not exact. I mean, I shouldn't say. She's like classically beautiful.
Yeah, she's classy. Yeah, exactly. She
You
should
know.
be in like a, I don't know. She
Like
should
in-
be playing the queen in
Yeah,
something.
like like her in A League of Their Own. Like she was like that era suits her. Like, she
Yeah.
fits in there a lot better than now with all these fucking stick figures running around, you know?
No, that's true. Yeah.
So, whatever. But yeah, I did know that was a
Dude, you know
bomb.
how a lot of people hear the rumor that Marilyn Monroe was like a size 12 or whatever?
Yeah.
Have you heard that? I guess that's not true. I just read something today that said she was like a size 2 to 4, which is pretty much what all actresses are now. You know what I mean? And so I just thought that was so funny because I used to think that she was like, I used to believe that. And then I read this article and it was like, not true. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, damn it. Shattered my hopes and fucking dreams.
I've never really done much research on her other than the shirt that I own with her face on it.
Yeah, I love her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a movie that if we end up doing this classic rewind thing, it's called Some Like It Hot, and it has her in it and these two older guys,
Yeesh.
and it's
know
like
of
from the
it.
1950s.
I know of that. Yes.
It is so good, man.
I've
My dad
never-
was like, "You need to watch this." I was like, "No, it's old. It's lame," because I was like 12 and an asshole.
Yeah.
And he made me watch it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is
Dude.
hilarious!" And Monroe is so hot.
Believe it or not, I used to say the same thing when my parents I'm pretty sure the first time they made me watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which as we all know is
Yeah.
gold. I'm pretty sure I said no, and that's stupid because he had the cheetah print vest on. Then
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I was like, 9 or 10, and then I sat down and watched it, and I'm pretty sure didn't turn it off for the next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing with That Thing You Do. That was like the next one that I just played over and over again until my parents.
I've
took the
seen
tape
That
away.
Thing You Do probably 100 times, and Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller's Day Off probably 50 times.
Yeah, they're both solid, but That Thing You Do is still probably my favorite movie of all time. Just because I think I watched it so much that the tape stopped working, or maybe my parents just told me it did because they took it away because they couldn't handle it anymore being played.
They're like,
on a
"Yeah, it
loop
broke," and then
in my
just
room.
flashback. They just burnt it in the fireplace.
Yeah, it's although it's still somewhere. I
Yeah.
must retrieve that because I have it on my computer, but it's so much better to watch it with the little fuzzies and the little cigarette burns in the corners watching it on tape. It's like listening
yeah.
to vinyl.
It's nostalgia, man.
Mhm.
You know, that's what it is.
Exactly. It's just good.
Well, that about wraps it up for the first episode of the Drinking Buddies podcast. If you enjoyed it, please let us know in the comments or whatever, and let your friends know. Without feedback, we just really can't have direction. We're just gonna kind of be shooting in the dark. So by all means, let us know, whether it be positive or negative. Just let us know.
Yeah, guys, leave us some love in the comment section, and we'll see you around.
But yeah, thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next week.